I swear, I never thought something so dumb could make me feel so violated. Yeah, that's the word. Not annoyed, not frustrated. Frustrated. Violated. It's just stuff, right? It's a keyboard, headset, a controller, K-controller, plastic and wires. Replaceable. That's what everyone keeps saying. That's what she keeps saying, but they don't get it. It wasn't just a setup. It was my sanctuary. My tiny escape from everything else in this house, in this life. And she let her little monster know, spawn of chaos waltz in and obliterate it. And then she had the nerve to tell me it was my fault. Let me back up. Maybe if I'd start from the beginning, it'll make more sense. Maybe it won't, but at least I'll get it out. I live at home, not by choice. Trust me. I'm 24. I work remotely in IT support. I pay rent to my parents. I do my share of the chores. It's not glamorous, but it's stable. And given how expensive living alone is now, this was supposed to be temporary. Year max. That was the deal. Then came Sophie, my older sister, divorced, unemployed, mother of the most chaotic 3-year-old boy I've ever encountered. And guess what? She needed a place to stay just until she got back on her feet. So, naturally, my room gets chopped in half. Not literally, but emotionally. Absolutely. Which she moves into the guest room, which used to be my dad's hobby room, and suddenly, the entire house becomes a war zone of sticky fingers, crushed crackers, and ear-splitting shrieks over YouTube kids buffering for 5 seconds. I tried to be understanding. I really did. I even liked being the cool uncle at first. Little Maddie called me Uncle Ray Ray and used to hug my leg like it was a tree trunk. But that was before he turned into a demolition crew, wrapped in a toddler's body. Still, I had one rule, one boundary. Don't let Maddie into my room. That was it. My room isn't big. It's barely enough for a twin bed, a desk, and a dresser. But that desk, oh man, that desk, it's where I'd spent years upgrading my setup. Dual monitors, mechanical keyboard, pro headset, the works. A gift to myself for getting certified and landing a job that didn't involve greasy fast food uniforms. It wasn't just a hobby, it was part of how I worked. I took calls from that desk. I troubleshot screens from that chair. I edited code, ran diagnostics, and yeah, I played games. Lots of them. It was my lifeline, and Sophie knew that. I told her a dozen times. I even put a little child-proof knob on the door. Not that it really helped, since she started leaving it unlocked while I was at work. It's just a room, Ray, she'd say, rolling her eyes. He likes the pretty lights. Yeah, the pretty lights that cost me hundreds. The RGB setup wasn't for him, it was for me. Then, last Thursday happened. God, I still can't talk about it without my throat tightening. I'd gone out to grab groceries. Not even 30 minutes. I came back, humming to myself, swinging a bag of microwave meals and cold brew, only to hear an unnatural crack from upstairs. It wasn't like something fell. It was deeper, like something had snapped. I bolted up the stairs, opened the door, and there he was. Maddie, standing on my gaming chair, covered in chocolate milk. My keyboard, my custom limited edition, $200 mechanical keyboard was in. Pieces on the floor. Case looked like someone had taken a mallet to them. My monitor had a huge crack running down the middle, spider webbing like a car windshield. The headset, in his tiny hands, yanked at the ear cups like he was trying to split them in half. I couldn't move. I just stared. I didn't yell. I couldn't. My body froze. My brain went offline. Then Sophie strolled in behind me, chewing gum like she was on break from a salon job she didn't even have. Oh, shoot, she said. Shoot, Maddie. What did we talk about? Maddie looked up and giggled. That's when my voice came back. Why the hell was he in my room? Sophie rolled her eyes. He wanted to play spaceship, she said. It's not a big deal, Ray. It's not a big deal. I lost it. Sophie, are you serious? He destroyed my setup. That monitor is worth hundreds. That keyboard was limited edition. What the hell were you doing, just letting him in here? She shrugged like she was being attacked for no reason. You're always so uptight about your... Stupid gaming stuff, she snapped. Maybe if he didn't make it look like a damn carnival ride, he wouldn't be so obsessed with it. I blinked. I actually blinked like an idiot. You blaming me? She crossed her arms. Well, you do work from home. And you leave your room all tempting with all those lights and flashy crap. What did you think would happen? That was when I walked out. I didn't trust myself not to scream something I'd regret. I went straight to the garage, slammed the door behind me, and sat in silence. I could hear Maddie laughing through the walls. It's like it was all just a fun little game. For the next hour, I just sat there, staring at my hands. I don't know if I was more angry, heartbroken, or just exhausted. My savings are already tight. Placing that stuff isn't an option right now. And even if I could, it wouldn't fix the fact that the only thing I asked for, the one boundary I set, got completely trampled. Later that night, I tried to talk to Mom and Dad. I told them everything. I didn't even raise my voice. It's just explained what happened, and you know what they said? Hooray. She's going through a lot right now. I looked at them like they'd grown second heads. I'm going through a lot right now, I said. She doesn't work, she doesn't pay rent, and her kid is destroying everything in this house and now my equipment. But all they could do was sigh. Like I was the difficult one. Maybe you two just need to work it out, Dad mumbled. No need to make a big deal. Not make a big deal. My job, my passion, my escape trashed hand. I'm supposed to be the peacemaker. I locked my door that night, replaced the knob with a better lock I ordered online months ago, but never installed. Should have done it sooner. I unplugged everything else and stored what was salvageable in my closet. The monitor was gone, no saving it. My chair had a bent armrest, probably from Maddie using it as a launch pad. My mouse was sticky and unresponsive. I don't even know with what. I didn't want to know. The worst part, Sophie didn't even apologize. Not once. Instead, the next morning, she walked past me with a mug of coffee and said, "You really overreacted yesterday." I laughed. I actually laughed. Not a happy laugh. That hollow kind you let out when your soul's given up. I overreacted. I repeated. Yeah, it's not like he meant to break anything. He's 3. Right. And you're 30 and still don't have a shred of responsibility? She gasped like I'd slapped her. You don't get to talk to me like that, she snapped. I didn't respond. I just turned and walked away. Been avoiding her ever since. It's just working in silence, headphones on. Borrowed an old monitor from a buddy and a backup keyboard I had in storage. Everything feels clunky. Wrong, but at least I have something. But tonight was the final straw. I overheard her on the phone. In the kitchen. Probably didn't think I could hear. No, he's being such a drama queen, she said, laughing. I mean, it's just video game crap. It's like, sorry your toys got broken. Grow up. He's such a man-child sometimes. That's when something in me snapped. I packed a bag, just clothes, essentials, grabbed my laptop, tucked it into my messenger bag, texted my friend Marcus. Got a couch for a few days? He responded. Always. I didn't say goodbye, didn't slam the door, I just left. Now I'm sitting here in Marcus's apartment on his beat-up futon, typing this out and wondering what the hell I'm going to do next. My stuff's broken. My family doesn't get it. My sister's still playing the victim. The one couch surfing while she gets to stay comfy under our parents. Roof, tell me again how that's fair. Tell me again how I'm the problem. It's been 5 days since I left. 5 days of microwaved ramen, stiff couch cushions, and half-slept nights with Marcus's cat kneading my ribs like dough at 3 a.m. And you know what? Still better than being at home. No shattered screens. No screaming toddlers. No backhanded jabs from a sister who sees no wrong in herself. Just peace-ragged, imperfect, blissful peace. I haven't spoken to Sophie since I walked out. Not a word. No calls. No texts. Nothing. I needed space. And frankly, I didn't owe her anything after what happened. But my parents? They started calling the next morning, Mom first. Ray, honey, you didn't have to leave. I didn't answer. Then Dad, we're Not taking sides, but she's still your sister. Oh, that phrase. That infuriating, guilt-laced phrase, she's still your sister. Like that automatically erases the crap she pulls. Like blood is some kind of immunity pass. She could drop kick my laptop off a cliff and they'd still say, but she's your sister. On the third day, Mom left a voicemail. She's crying, Ray. She feels terrible. Can't you just come talk it out? I almost laughed. Crying? Where was that energy when she was blaming me for the mess her kid made? When she was mocking me on the phone like I was some oversized baby throwing a tantrum? No. Crying now doesn't mean regret. It means she's uncomfortable with consequences. Then the text started. You're being childish. Maddie misses you. You're making a mountain out of a molehill. It was an accident. Grow up, that last one. It was the moment I finally blocked her. That's the thing people don't get. It's not about the keyboard, or the monitor, or even the headset. Yeah, those things hurt to lose. But it's the disrespect, it's the dismissal. The way she walked into my space, let her kid wreak havoc, acted like I was the problem for caring. She violated a boundary I had clearly set, and then gaslit me for reacting to it. So no, I wasn't going to go talk it out. I wasn't going to apologize to keep the peace. I wasn't going to smile through clenched teeth while she pouted her way into another excuse. I was done. But even as I said that, I felt it. That gnawing guilt, that weight families put on you, even when you know you're right. I started second-guessing myself. Was I being too harsh? Maybe Maddie didn't understand. Maybe Sophie was just overwhelmed. Maybe I should have been more careful. Installed that lock earlier, put the stuff away before leaving. No, damn it. That's the trap. The same one I've fallen into my whole life, making myself smaller so others can feel bigger. Apologizing for existing too loudly. Not this time. Still, as the days dragged on, the silence from home started to feel eerie, like the calm before a storm, and then it came. Day 5. Around 7 p.m., Marcus and I were eating takeout on the floor, playing Cope on his ancient Xbox, when my phone buzzed with a new message, blocked number. Hey, can we talk please, Sophie? I should have ignored it. But against my better judgment, I replied, what do you want? She responded instantly. I'm outside. I froze. What's wrong? Marcus asked, mouth half full of lo mein. Just stood up, heart pounding. She's here. I walked to the front door and peeked through the blinds. Sure enough, there she was. Hoodie, messy bun, no makeup. The version of Sophie I hadn't seen in years looked small. I opened the door, but only halfway. She looked up at me, eyes rimmed red. Can we talk? I didn't move, please. I sighed and stepped aside. 5 minutes. She walked in slowly, hands shoved in her sleeves like a kid on trial. Didn't come to fight, she said, voice barely above a whisper. Good, because I'm not in the mood. She sat on the edge of the couch Marcus had already abandoned, sensing the tension. I've been thinking a lot about what happened. I didn't sit. I leaned against the wall, arms crossed. I know I messed up, she continued. I shouldn't have let Maddie into your room. Shouldn't have acted like it was your fault. That wasn't fair. It took everything in me not to say, you think. But I let her speak. You were right to be angry. I didn't want to admit that I screwed up again. I already feel like a failure. No job, no husband, living back with mom and dad. And then I made things worse. She looked up at me, eyes glassy. But that doesn't excuse what I did. I'm sorry, Ray. Really? The silence hung between us like fog. Thick, dense, uncomfortable. Do you know how much that setup cost? I finally asked, my voice quieter than I expected. She nodded. I Googled it. And I talked to a repair place. I'm going to try and replace what I can. That caught me off guard. With what money? I asked, not to be cruel, just honest. I'm starting freelance editing, video stuff. It's not much, but it's something. And I'm applying to jobs again, real ones. I stared at her, searching her face for signs of the old manipulation, the default excuses. But it wasn't there. Not this time. I blocked you because I didn't think you'd ever get it, I said. I set one boundary, Sophie. One. And you made me feel like I was crazy for being upset when it got crossed. I know, she whispered. I didn't. Respect your space. I didn't respect you. That one landed. I'm not asking you to forgive me right away, she added quickly. Just give me a chance to fix it, or try to. I looked down at the floor. My jaw clenched. I hated how much I wanted to accept it, how much I missed. Maddie's laugh before it turned into chaos. How much I wanted my family to not be a battlefield? I don't know, I said honestly. I'm tired. I don't want to go back to pretending like everything's okay when it's not. You don't have to, she said. But maybe we can start over. New boundaries. Real ones this time. I exhaled, long and slow. Fine, I said. We can talk. That's it. Her face lit up a little, like she hadn't expected even. That she stood. Thank you, really. She turned to leave, then paused at the door. Oh, and I told Mom and Dad what I said about you. On the phone. I owned it. Told them it was all me. That surprised me more than anything else. Good, I said. You should have. She gave me a small nod, then left. I didn't cry. I didn't smile. Just sat down and stared at the wall for a while. Processing, Marcus came back out and handed me a beer. So, I don't know, I said. Maybe things won't change. But at least she's finally trying. He nodded. About time. I didn't go back home that night. I needed more time. But a week later, I did. Slowly. Carefully. Like re-entering a place that once felt safe and now held shadows of betrayal. And things were different. Sophie didn't let Maddie out of her sight. She kept the guest room. Door closed. She knocked before entering my room. And one evening, she handed me a receipt. $75 toward a refurbished monitor. Said it wasn't much, but it was a start. And somehow, it meant more than a full refund ever could because it meant accountability. It meant maybe, just maybe, she finally saw me. Not just as her kid brother, the one with the toys, but as a man who deserved respect. A man who set boundaries. Not to control others, but to protect himself. And in a house that still didn't always understand, that one step forward felt like miles.